All right, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be doing a breakdown of Fouseytube versus Alex Wassabi, or Fousey versus Alex Wassabi. So this is they're good friends. Just to give you a little preface of the video, and this was before Fousey had his match with Slim, where he got beat. So he's going to be sparring with Alex Wassabi. This video happened a little bit ago. I know I'm a little bit late, but I did want to give a breakdown, because I didn't really see anyone else who's in this space who does breakdowns give a breakdown on this video. So let's get into it.
About 2 minutes. When you're in there, time flies. Yeah. If you're out of shape, it's gonna seem forever. But you're in shape. Okay, so just relax. You cannot wait to give him time. You gotta go right away. Put pressure. Get him tired. Okay.
All right, so as we can see here, we got Fousey's coach giving him some pretty basic advice. Push the pace. Don't let him get comfortable. Tire him out. Make sure you're moving forward to put pressure on him. Pretty solid advice. Pretty simple. You can't give someone too complicated advice, especially when they're first starting out. So I like it. And then we'll go here to the match. I'll let you guys watch maybe the first 20-30 seconds, and I'll come in and start giving you some commentary on what's going on, who's winning, why they're winning, certain movements, why someone's outboxing someone else, and everything like that. It's kind of how this whole video is going to go. I'll let you watch a little bit, and then I'll break it down and tell you what's going on and why it's going on. All right, so here's the first 20 to 30 seconds of them sparring. All right, so what we saw there was basically what's happening so far is Alex Wassabi is keeping him at bay with pretty good long jabs. It's what's called a long guard, when you keep your jab out like that and you throw it every now and then to keep him at bay. And also to gauge the distance. You use the jab, you hold it out so you can gauge the distance of how far they are from you. And he's basically piecing him up from the outside, moving in circles, not giving Fousey a chance to really catch him or time him or anything like that. So he's doing a really good job at that, just moving and sticking with a few punches, throwing a few combos every now and then. What Fousey's doing wrong is he's not moving his head. First of all, he's just keeping his head in one point, not really throwing back, and not making not really giving Alex a reason to fear coming in or throwing punches. Just kind of letting him tag him at will. One thing I do like, though, despite not moving his head, despite not really throwing any counters or anything like that, one thing I do like is that he keeps moving forward, keeps putting some consistent pressure on him, so it's forcing Wassabi to move around, so he can't stay still. Otherwise, he could get caught. So that's the one thing he's doing that I do like. But you can tell Fousey's lack of experience by just him standing there, taking shots and not moving, no footwork, no head movement. But let's see what happens in this next clip.
Yeah.
All right, so now what we see is that Fousey's coach in the corner is yelling up, "Jab, jab, move around." He's getting tired, right? He starts kind of giving him some hints on what to do and everything like that. And why are you stepping in without a jab and everything like that? So Fousey's, you can tell, is hearing him, and he starts to react accordingly. He starts throwing his jab more, starts hitting back a little bit more, starts countering, and you can tell. This is where you see Wassabi's inexperience. He starts to get very fidgety, moving around quite a bit more than he needs to. doesn't really have a good defensive game. Whenever he backs up, his head is always kind of he's always kind of leaned back with his head straight up in the air, and then starts kind of making some unintelligent shots as we saw there, like those uppercuts to the body, throwing these long looping punches out in the middle of the ring, which is something you really shouldn't be doing usually. So we see Fousey starting to fire back now a little bit, and also too, another thing is Alex is slowing down, which is also going to start to work in Fousey's favor, as well as Fousey pressing forward and now starting to fire back. So this is where we see, like I said, Alex's weakness, where he does not seem to be too good on the defense, or not necessarily weakness, but just inexperience. All right, so enough talk. Let's go ahead to the next clip and break that down.
Now he's slowing down. Now he's first player. Go, walk him down now.
Stay relaxed, baby. Stay on that jab.
There you go. Walk him down. Over right hand.
There, let it go.
Let your hands go now. Now hold him. Let's go. Jab. 1-2 again. 1-2 again. Let it go.
All right, so now here we see Fousey's pressing forward. He's pressing the action. He's keeping a forward momentum on Wassabi, and it's starting to break him. He's starting to get pretty antsy. He's throwing punches he shouldn't be throwing. Instead of creating that distance, keeping that long jab like he was doing in the first couple of rounds, he's just starting to throw hooks and starting to brawl. When you're brawling with an opponent that's bigger, that can hit harder, usually it's not going to go well for you. He's blocking some of them because Fousey is telegraphing, but he's getting closer and closer, and Alex Wassabi is getting more uncomfortable. As you can see, he doesn't have that same composure that he had in the beginning, and he's getting tired. So let's see what happens next.
Don't focus on what you're going to do. Okay? You just get tired. Now you got to put pressure on that. What you put? Walk now. Oh! Oh! Stay there. That's it. Stay there.
All right, and there's a knockout. So we saw basically what we just saw right there is Fousey closing in on Alex, him getting more and more flustered, and making bad decisions with his punches, completely dropping his hands, trying to throw uppercuts and hooks when he really shouldn't be. He should have his hands up and trying to create distance so he can get away and keep popping Fousey from the keep popping Fousey from the outside with those jabs and those straights. But yeah, that just goes to show you what happens when a fighter can press forward and kind of overwhelm his opponent. And if his opponent doesn't have a good defensive game or know how to escape and things like that, escape from danger, then yeah, this is what happens. So I would say Alex definitely won, I think, rounds 1 and 2, and then Fousey obviously closed in and got him in round 3, I believe. So this is the Fousey versus Wassabi breakdown. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. There will be more coming soon. Probably going to break down the Fousey and Slim fight, so check out for that one. I will say, though, I was impressed. I didn't know Alex Wassabi was actually this good, so he did exceptionally well, actually. I think he's actually probably a better boxer overall than Fousey is at this moment in time. I don't know about now. I think Fousey's probably gotten better. But yeah, fun stuff. See you guys next time.